I am so irritated with this whole work requirement thing for food stamps for many reasons. One, childcare subsidy has a waiting list. So basically, your whole entire check goes to childcare. And by the time you finish paying your rent, your electric, your gas, your car insurance, getting all the stuff for the house, like the toilet paper, you are stinking broke, right? Childcare is like $250 a week per kid. Also, I don't get food stamps, but there is no way that I would be able to pull that off. That's why I try to help, was trying to help so many moms get work from home jobs, like in the evening, like I do, because there's no way, there would be no way that I could pay for my 3 disabled kids to go to childcare or after school care. So with able-bodied people, they can get food stamps 3 to 36 months, but they have to work a mandatory amount of hours, right? Basically, you got 3 years to get your life together and find another job. But what if you don't have the brain capacity? Like, a lot of people have learning disabilities and all they can do is work at McDonald's. I have a friend that is like 2 points above being intellectually disabled on her psychological evaluation, and she can't get Social Security. But I don't foresee her being an RN anytime soon. She has worked at Chick-fil-A since our junior year of high school. She never had any kids or anything, but I don't know how people are gonna do it, but all of it is just too sad. And people literally get a rise out of it. They get a rise.
It's not that people get a rise out of it. It's people trying to make sense of why people are smart enough and they're not intellectually disabled enough to be able to apply for food stamps and or decide that they want to get into whole relationships and they have 3 children, 1, 2, 3 different children with 3 different baby daddies. And so the question then becomes, well, whose responsibility is it to pay for the care of y'all children? Because I don't know if y'all understand this, but this is government tax dollars, which means that it comes directly from the people. It doesn't just come up magically. The government is not a business, meaning that it doesn't necessarily generate revenue or income outside of Trump getting in office and now having, tariffs and, tariff in other countries in order to sell to consumers over here. But outside of that, all of the money that goes into the federal government, from the military to social services and welfare and food stamps and all of that stuff, it comes directly out of our pocket. And I can't hear another Democrat say we need to tax people more in order to make y'all comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, septum theory, it proves true again. You got people that's out here can't wait to go and have, like, she said that she had 3 disabled children. I don't even know what that means, meaning that, I don't know what that looks like, what their disability is, if that's just designated, whatever, right? I don't know what that is. So because she didn't add any context, it's difficult for us to even put that in perspective. But they're here now, right? But in hindsight, it's like, yo, if you had one that you couldn't handle because it's too much and you saying that it's a lot, it's expensive, whatever, and then you went back to the drawing board and you said, you know what, but I'm going to shoot my shot again. And then I had a second one that it disabled, right? And then maybe a third one. And I don't know if she has some additional kids that's not disabled, but it's like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, as a regular, everyday human being, lifetime C student that's been able to accomplish some incredible things in my life, God bless, For me, before I ever had a child, I had made up in my mind that A, I wasn't going to have a child out of wedlock. B, I was okay with not having a child because I didn't want to bring a child into this crazy world. But if I did, which was C, option C is the option that I opted for, then I was going to put everything into that child, and I didn't even want to split resources, which led to D, me having another child, but I didn't want to split resources, and so I put everything I had into the daughter that I have now. And that is the responsible thing to do, right? A, don't have children out of wedlock, B, it's okay if you don't have children. And then C, if you do have a child or children, A, make sure you can afford them. And then B, put everything you have into them. It is not our responsibility. It is not the government's responsibility. It is not the taxpayers' responsibility to take care of y'all children. Meanwhile, her nails was on 10. Let me see something real quick. Go back for a minute. Nails is taken, hair done, nails done, everything did. Hair done, nails done, everything did. Got all of the nails, got all of the stuff, baby seats in the back and all of that stuff. And then she says, here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker, y'all. She says, and then it's basically like you got 3 years to get yourself together. What do you mean? What do you mean? That's a long time. And then they say, you know what, these work requirements is too much. Okay, so you can't do no volunteer work, you can't do no work requirements, and you can't go to school either, right? Because any one of those things would qualify you at the very basic to still be getting benefits. But here's the other question. Okay, so where's the father? You know what I'm saying? For me, honestly, and this ain't a black thing, this ain't a white thing, this ain't none of that. This is an irresponsibility thing. People are just too irresponsible, and they have been on that government nipple for a long time. And we just keep on running up the federal deficit. We just keep on running up the bag. We just keep on giving people whatever it is that they want, and they not doing nothing to continue to better or empower their lives. And they just okay with being on government assistance for the rest of their life. And that's just it. That's the end of it. Ain't no, changes, ain't no modifications, ain't nobody gonna do nothing different. Everybody gonna do what they want to do when they want to do it. And that's just it. Comprende. Hey, give us some more money. Don't require us to do anything. Government assistance was supposed to be for people that, you know, in its inception, a bridge, a bridge so that people wouldn't, just completely collapse in between life events or situations, or if you got laid off or you lost your job or whatever. It's not a requirement. It is supposed to be a blessing, a privilege. It is insurance. And then people ain't never had a job. They ain't never had a skill set. They ain't never did. But again, people don't have no problem with opening up their legs and busting it down for a real one and then making it happen and making it shake. And then we basically become the step parents and the step baby daddies of these children. We become the step parents and the step baby daddies for these children. And then look at the title. It's not fair. What the fuck is you talking about? Having to work to get food stamps and the time limits. Okay, so here's my question for the people that actually think that this makes sense and that people should be able to do what they want to do, and you should be able to have as much sex as you want to have and don't be held accountable for it, and you should be able to stay on food stamp Section 8 and get SNAP benefits that you can buy junk food for your children with, all right? Here's the question that I have for y'all. So what is the solution? Do we keep the status quo? Do we let people continue to commit fraud? Do we let people continue to take advantage of the system? Do we tax people more? Do it become our responsibility? The people that are responsible for our dicks and the women that open up their legs and the people that work very, very hard, does it become more of our responsibility to get overly taxed when taxes itself is already a scam? Is it our responsibility to continue to contribute to make sure that your children are taken care of? Just let me know. Y'all let me know inside of the chat. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. I always link back to the content creators, regardless of whether I agree with them or not. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.